So then, like, so you get into the music thing. You influenced by, you know what I'm saying, the artist, meeting from your dad. At what point in time did you start penning, start writing, and how long did it actually take you to get into the studio and start trying to do this professionally?
So I started writing poems when I learned how to spell,
Okay.
basically. Like how old are you, like 5 or something, you know?
Got you.
And I remember being in class and wanting to learn how to write because I wanted to write short stories and poems. I was so obsessed. And so I literally started writing poems since I could spell, as far as I can remember. That was
Got you.
so long ago, but, you know. And then when I was in junior high, yeah, I think I was in junior high, I got introduced to underground hip hop.
Okay.
You know, now there's a million indie artists, you know,
Yeah.
but back then it was just like MTV.
Yeah.
So if an artist wasn't on MTV, they weren't shit, you know. But
Facts.
then one day I was watching this channel. They used to have this channel called the LA channel.
Okay.
And I saw an artist named Murs. And he's from LA too. And I just remember seeing his video and I was like, who is this guy? I've never seen him on the radio. He's so dope. Like, so that was my introduction into underground hip hop, and then that's when it clicked in my head. Oh shit, maybe I could be a rapper if somebody else who's from LA and is like seems like an indie artist or whatever could be a rapper. And so that's when I started. All my poems turned into raps.
Got you.
Yeah.
So what was the aha moment for you when you was like, you know what, I'm good at this though, and this is something I want to go ahead and pursue professionally?
I guess it would just be, professionally.
Like, hip hop is me. This is what I'm gonna do. Like, what was the aha moment? I'm good at this.
I mean, I definitely know when the first aha moment was, because it was when I first recorded my first songs and I didn't show anybody. It was just for me. And then my homegirls wanted to hear them. They went, oh, let me hear what you made at the studio. And I said, no, you can't hear it. It's for me only. And they said, come on, Jordan, come on. And I showed them eventually, and they loved it. And they said, this is so dope. Can I show my cousin? And their cousin showed her homegirl. And then, you know, they just kept spreading.
Got you.
And it was not even something that I was going to intentionally do, really. And then since then, it's just been years of grinding and shit really just snowballing into what it's become. Now it's what I do for a living. Like I told you earlier, I've been to 22 countries. I've toured half the United States. I have millions and millions and millions of views on YouTube. My channel just hit 140,000 subscribers.
Yeah, I saw that.
Blah, 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 blah. You know, shit has really progressed since then. And I'm very proud of myself and my team. It's been a journey.
Are you still doing everything independent? Are you signed? How is that moving?
I'm still independent.
Okay.
I'm 100% independent. I work with my team, and we just do everything we need to do. I learned very early on in my career that you can't wait for anybody. So when I couldn't hire a videographer because I couldn't even afford $200 for a music video, we bought a camera for $200 and started filming our own music videos.
Got you.
And now we drop 7 racks on the fucking video, you know, and it's still us producing the videos, us directing and producing the videos. Me and my brother Loudon, shout out to
Got you.
Loudon. He is my brother, and he's also my engineer, my main producer. And he's also my business partner. We do everything together.
Gotcha.
Everything
That's
is we have our team, but it's me and him. We're the heads of the machine. Yeah.
So it's hard enough for a lot of artists to just even get shows. How do you end up getting on tours and being able, how does an artist go about getting on tours and also being able not only get on tours domestically, but internationally? How can an artist go about doing that?
That is a great question, and it's pretty much the same answer like I said about the videos. I started off and I knew I was dope because the numbers on the internet told me I was doing something, you know, and I knew I was dope. So I always thought to myself, oh, when's somebody going to take me on tour? So-and-so's going on tour and they're whack. So-and-so's going on tour and I have more numbers than them, blah, blah, blah. And I just very quickly realized after a year or two of complaining about how come nobody's taking me on tour that I needed to do it myself.
Gotcha.
And so I literally started to book my own tours. I have booked many of my own tours, and I have booked many shows, sold out shows. And when I first started throwing shows, I could not afford to rent out a venue for $1,000 if only 30 or 40 people are going to come. That's not going to cover anything. And I have to pay for the van rental. I have to pay for the hotel room. I have to pay for the music equipment. I have to pay the DJ. I have to pay for the gas. I have to pay for my food, you know, all these expenses. And so I figured out I was just like a mad scientist, but I went on Yelp and I basically one day realized that you can rent out uh, ballet studios
Got you.
by the hour, and it's like $50 an hour or something. So then it was, let's say if I need the venue for, I don't know, I don't remember because it's been so long that I've done this, but 5 hours. So then it's only fucking $250, and then for sure I'm gonna make that from the door and then from the merch, and then at least we go home with enough money to pay to go to the next city, you know.
Got you.
And so that's how I started doing all this shit myself because nobody was taking me on tour. I was still at that point, you know, that was a really pivotal moment for me because that was when I really stopped being so entitled.
Got you.
That was when it clicked in my head, oh shit, like just because I'm dope, that doesn't mean shit. And even now, I don't want to discredit people's talent, but honestly, I don't think it's really about the talent. It's really about the work ethic and the hustle and the networking, whatever you want to call it, you know. And having talent is a God-given gift, and that's fucking badass if you have that. But you don't need that to be successful in the music industry. And I have been in the game now for like 10 years. I've seen so many people that were dope. They got left in the fucking dust because they didn't know how to have a business ethic, you know. And so yeah, I started touring. I started doing that shit myself, and then after a few years of me doing it myself, eventually people started booking me. They saw me with the numbers, they saw me moving, they said, oh, what's she doing? Oh, let me book a tour for you. And I was like, hell yeah, book the fucking tour. Take the fucking whatever, the 10% or whatever they fucking take. Like, it was just another thing off my hands, you know. And that's been one of the most important things for me to learn how to do is delegate tasks and also let people help you. You can't be a fucking control freak over everything, you know. And that's hard for artists, but that's what we got to do.
When it comes to making money, especially in hip hop, where do you feel like you make the most money? Do you feel like it comes from your YouTube? Does it come from your streaming or selling merch?
Every artist is different, but for sure, streaming does not pay my bills. Streaming is like fucking play money. It's nothing. I never say, oh my God, when is the streaming money gonna come? Ever. For me, it's for sure been merch. Merch. I have my clothing brand. It's called Satori Mob.
Okay.
And we ship internationally. We are in every single continent except for Antarctica. So if you know anybody in Antarctica, let me know.
About 4 penguins.
Yeah, but I need it. I need it there so I can say we're in every continent. I will send them some free shit. But yeah, the merch. I started my clothing line. It's been 4 years now.
Okay.
And it's doing really well. We have really good numbers. We have like 10,000 followers on Instagram. And then also the touring was very lucrative. And obviously this last year I'm on tour like a third of the year now. So I'm gone like 4 months, maybe even more out of the year. So this last year that was ripped from under me, and it's been giving me more time to focus on my online sales. And my online sales have skyrocketed like never before because now I've been here to really do it, you know?
So with COVID, like what forcing everybody pretty much in the world to kind of sit down for a while, for a moment, what have you learned about since you had to sit down for that moment? And what are you now doing different now that we're emerging from this whole hiatus?
So for sure, I have come out better after COVID. And I am grateful for that. And I don't want to say, oh, COVID's been great, because I know people have lost fucking family members, you know. And so I almost feel bad even talking about what I've done last year, to be honest with you. But I've been touring for a long time now, and over the past year or two, now I'm getting a little older, I've been thinking about, oh, what about when I want to have a family? You know, I'm not gonna have a family if I'm not gonna be here for a third of the year. I'm not gonna do that. So over the past couple of years, I've been thinking about, oh, how can I be home and make more money so I don't have to go out on the road so much? Because the older I'm getting, the more I'm fucking tired, you know? And I come back from home and I look tired, and I'm just, you know, I don't want to put that strain on my body anymore, you know? So being home and not being able to depend on that money from touring really gave me a lot of freedom for my clothing line. And I have made more money than I've ever made last year and this year on my clothing line. And I figured out that piece of the puzzle, how I can stay home now. You know, I don't have to tour so much anymore. So now, coming back, things are going to start opening up again. I'm not going to be gone a third of the year. I don't need to do that anymore. I graduated from that. And I still for sure am going to go on tour, but I don't need to depend on it like I did. Yeah.
Got you.